Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Disc Golf Valley Tips and Tricks. And I know it's been a while since I've posted any videos here at this channel. I saw a comment from somebody the other day saying, "Are you planning to post any more videos on this channel?" And so I thought I would get out my iPad and record a couple of videos for you and kind of pick up where we left off about 6 months ago. Life just gets busy sometimes, and I have about 7 other YouTube channels that I'm trying to get off the ground, and this one kind of got lost in the dust. But hey, I noticed that some people actually subscribe to the channel, so maybe we'll pick it up again and see if we can't get up to that magic number of 1,000 subscribers so that YouTube starts sharing the revenue here. I know they're probably playing ads, but I'm not seeing a nickel of that right now, and it doesn't happen until you get up over 1,000 subscribers and something like 4,000 hours of view time. So I don't know if we'll get there, but let's give it a try. I think we did not do Northern Lights when we recorded our Jumpstart series. So no, we did Northern Lights. It was Northern Breeze that we left off and got distracted and went off in another direction. So let's start there, hole number 1. But before we do that, I want to show you one thing in case you haven't picked up on this yet. I don't know if it happened in the most immediate release. This is April 22, 2024, and we just got a brand new release of the software, and that's when I noticed this. So I don't know if it came with this release or not, but if you hit the top menu button there in the right hand corner at the top, you'll see a wheel show up here. Click on that, and you have some options here that I've never seen before. And I found one of these especially very helpful, especially when you're playing courses like this where there's a lot of snow. Because the default, well, let's just show you a couple things here first. You can move your bag and symbol there for backhand or forehand, and also on the right side, you can move that in and out. You can scale these up and down. But what I want to show you has been very helpful is this reach back. I don't know why they call it that, but it's the lines that you use to measure how far you pull your disc back. And by default, it comes with a white, and the transparency is way down. So when you're playing a course with snow, I often had a hard time seeing the first line, and often missed the basket because I couldn't see where to pull it back to. And so I first of all tried the transparency all the way up, but on these snow courses, even that's just a little bit difficult sometimes. So I like to turn to black, especially when I'm playing one of these courses. Save it, and now we'll be able to work a lot better. All right, so this video will be kind of a walkthrough, show you some of the disc choices that I use. I know by now you've probably played this course enough that you've got your own style and you've found discs that work for you, but maybe for those that are just kind of new to the game, we'll show you what I do on this course to get the birdies that you need to get your 3 stars. On this hole, even though it's 81 meters, we go for our putter pouch. Oh, maybe we should just take a moment and take a look at the bag that I'm using. I think a lot of these we probably had, especially near the end of recording that series on the Jumpstart, but there might be some new additions here that I've picked up as I play the multiplayer season pass. But for those that might be new to our channel here, this is what we're working with. We've got a Zeus for our Extra Glide Big Skip. We've got the trusty Extra Glide Ballista Big Skip. And the reason I keep that in the bag is because I've just learned a lot of the holes with that disc. And I know that there's many other discs out there these days that do the job, but I've just become accustomed to that. I like the Rive Extra Glide Light for a lot of holes. Comes in handy as a good distance driver that doesn't have any bounce. And then the Extra Glide Roll Rive, also no bounce, but goes the distance. It's heavy, cuts through the wind. I really like it. And doubles as a nice roller disc. Now also, I've picked up a water skip disc here that I use on 3 or 4 holes in the course. It comes in very handy to get an extra point. If you don't have a water skip disc yet in your bag, I recommend getting one. It helps if you have the extended bag to be able to add that extra disc. So it comes in handy. And then this windbreak roll, I think I had that in my bag for most of the videos that we recorded for the Start series. We might have been using a different stamp, but that is maybe was the beach ball disc, was it? The Grace is very handy on so many holes. I love that disc. The Extra Glide Accurate Grace. And then the PD disc. I still use the Explorer that I picked up when I first started playing this game about 4 years ago. Was it really 4 years ago? Maybe 3 years ago. You'll see it has the original stamp that came with the original pack when you started. And then the musket, the Accurate Roll musket, that comes in handy for so many holes. And I know other people use the River and different discs, but I've just learned how to play so many holes with that disc. And then the fuse is absolutely necessary in my books to get some good throw-ins. The Accurate Windbreak fuse, and then I like to have an additional 5-speed that goes just a little bit further. And almost any 5-speed that you pick up, other than the fuse, will go a little bit further than the fuse and take you the distance that you need to go for a few holes, like on Lakeside, to get you to the raft and get you across some of the waters. This extra 5-speed is just the perfect disc for that. And then the putter pouch, the Accurate Wind or Extra Glide Pure, is just almost essential to have in your bag. And the sticky Accurate Hope is very good for avoiding spit outs. So there you go. There's my bag. I guess when you think about it, almost any discs can be great discs once you learn how to use them for each hole. And so even though you might not have all the same discs that I have here, you'll probably do well. You just need to learn the uniqueness of that disc and how to get there using what you have. All right, with that, let's take a look at Northern Breeze here. This first hole, I used the Pure. Even though it's 81 meters, it's really the disc of choice for this hole. You want to bring your pointer down quite a bit, otherwise the disc rises up and hits that arc there. So you want it down quite a bit. Take a look at the wind, and if it's going off to the left like it is showing right now, then you want to put a little bit of a hyzer on it, but don't pull it all the way back. It's just too much if you pull it all the way back. Bring it to about the second line here, and that should get us where we need to go, unless you hit a branch like that. Let's try that again. This is kind of what you want to do. Just bounce off that ice and come right up to the basket. For a nice toss in. Let's try that again. And with that kind of a wind, we'll probably just be fine pulling it straight back, or even a little bit of a anhyzer on that. And that's what you want. All right, moving on to hole number 2. This is kind of a tricky hole because you have to, first of all, go around that first tree there, off to your right, and then you need the disc to kind of come back to the left. Kind of a snake motion there. So what you want to do is, again, go for the, well, let's go with the 5 speed here. Our extra distance 5 speed. Put your pointer right about there, and put quite a bit of an anhyzer on that to go around, but then come back. And hopefully hits that and stops. for a toss in. There you go. Let's go on to number 3. All right, this is an interesting hole. Lots of trees. You can really go, there's 2 ways. You can go left or right. It kind of depends on the wind as to what's going to work best. With this 1 speed, you could go probably in either direction. So let's maybe show this as an example of going off to the left. And the disc I use is the Windbreak Roll Rive here. And use the forehand, but I would recommend not pulling it down all the way. Come back maybe just beyond the second line. And even that's probably going to be a little bit strong, but worked out. For a birdie. Let's play it again, Sam. This time let's go around the other way, and I'm going to use the musket this time. Bring your pointer just to the left of that tree there, change it from forehand to backhand, put quite a bit of an anhyzer on it, not quite halfway, and that should bring you around nicely to give you a good position for another birdie. All right, moving on. All right, on hole number 4 here, my disc of choice is the Extra Glide Roll Rive. And put my pointer down on this rock here, change it from a backhand to a forehand, and put just a little bit of an anhyzer on this. Not much. You can even keep it right next to the edge of the disc there like this. If you go too much, you're going to go off too far to the left and into the trees. And you don't want to do that. If you play your cards right, you can ace it with this disc. All right, go for that disc again, and we want to change it to a forehand. Bring our aim down. Put a little bit of an anhyzer on that. And sometimes you'll end up here behind this rock, but usually you can still get it in. Maybe move it over just a little bit. All right, that's number 4. Next hole, number 5. Okay, here's where I like to use the Extra Glide Light disc. I'll bring my pointer right up parallel with the flag. I think we can call that a flag. And depending on the wind condition, usually you can just be fine pulling it straight back. With this 2 wind, I might just give it a slight move to the left there. And now it comes right to the basket. Yeah, there we go. Hit that again. And we see the wind direction is the opposite way there. So we might even just put a little bit of a anhyzer on this one. For these up shots, remember, just put your pointer near the top of the basket, and that usually works. Bring it down to the first line. Watch the cameraman there. And there we go. All right, hole number 6. Okay, the disc of choice here is the Windbreak Roll Rive. And again, bring your pointer so that it is parallel to the basket. And then keep an eye on the wind as to how much you put on this. It's going to naturally come around, but we'll put just a little extra more on that. And that probably should have been a bit more than that. But this is actually an opportunity for an ace using that disc. Let's see if we can get that, show you that. It's always nice to get an ace in your back pocket. Okay, we've got quite a strong wind, so we're going to put quite a bit of a hyzer on that. Whoa. Not today. Close, but no cigar. All right, number 7. This is probably the most difficult hole on the course to get your birdie. And you pretty much have to get a birdie on all the holes on this course to get a 3 stars, because it's pretty hard to get an eagle on this course. So you need to master this hole in order to, before you really go for your 3-star run. The trick is to get up the hill. You'll see what we mean. If you've played this hole, you know what I mean. You have to get up the hill in order to get your birdie. I'll show you what I mean. Take your big skip, your best big skip distance driver, and put your pointer right to the left of this tree here. And what you want to do is put quite a bit of an anhyzer on that and hope for the best. That's what you want to see. Up over that rock there and up the hill. Once you're sitting here, then there's a good chance you can finish up. Actually, when you're this high up, you don't want to use too much disc or you go over the hill. Switch it to a forehand and put just a little bit of a hyzer on that to bring it around. Ooh, we're hitting a nice tree there. I think we'll still be okay. Ooh, got a nasty branch there. But we got it in. All right, well, let's do this a couple more times, because like I say, this is the most difficult one. And you need to especially master it in different wind conditions. That's off to the left a little bit. We're still okay. Might put just a little bit more of a disc up for this. Put it on the forehand. And toss it in for our birdie. Do it one more time. Well, we managed to squeak through. Okay, so give that, if you're new to this course, I'd say spend some time on that one. Okay, and then there's number 8. This is not the easiest hole either. You have to go around some trees here and get far enough, close enough to the basket to get your birdie. The disc of choice here is the Grace, and what I usually do is go off to the left, bring your pointer down quite a bit because you want to get in under those trees, and come around so you've got a good shot at the basket. Watch that wind there. And because you're going downhill, don't bring it down all the way. Ooh, just barely made it in. Let's roll that again. It is possible to go off to the right, but I've found that I don't have as much success doing that, so I'm going to keep going to the left here. Oh, let's keep it with the grace. Oh, that was unfortunate. But you see what you need to do. That's the play on that hole. Let's finish up here, hole number 9. And again, the disc of choice is the grace. And put your pointer right about there. Take a look at the wind and decide how much of a hyzer you want to put on that. And hope for the best. Hope that it comes around. Sometimes you kick off a building here and that helps. But the idea is to get down this narrow path here and get close enough to the basket that you can pop it in. You don't want to go past the basket because then you're out of bounds. But a 38. We're really bouncing around here. Let's try that. And in it goes. All right, let's see if we can get right down the center this time. Using our grace. Watch the wind there. And put a little bit more of a hyzer on it. And this time it might be too much with that 2 wind. Well, let's see. 33, we should still be able to get this. All right, well, there you have it, Northern Breeze, the discs that I use, and my approach, my plays for Northern Breeze. In our next video, we'll do the 3-star run. And hope you found it helpful. If so, give it a like. You know, I was going to mention, I don't know how familiar you are with YouTube, but YouTube tends to promote videos that get lots of likes and comments. And so if you'd like to see this channel grow and get more subscribers, make it more of an incentive for me to do the discs, be sure and like videos, give me a comment. Let me know in the comments below if there is a particular hole that you're having trouble with. We could maybe do a feature on that particular hole, show you what I do on that hole. That might help us a lot if we get a lot of comments, and YouTube will sit up and take notice if they get a lot of likes and comments and start promoting our videos to other Disc Golf Valley players. All right, well, that does it for today. We'll see you next time here at Disc Golf Valley Tips and Tricks. So long for today.